heart, my heart.
You're a natural. That's going to be deep. Well, that's going to be really deep.
All right, boys. Next Cars and Cameras project. This here is a Rokon. It may just look like a rusty old motorcycle to you, but this thing is packed with really, really cool technology for the 60s when it was made. It is two-wheel drive. That's right, it pulls the front tire as well as the rear tire. You can fill the tires up with fuel or water or whatever you need. It has high and low range and more. The downside is that it came without an engine, and we're going to be installing a 5-horsepower Briggs and Stratton engine on here because it's the closest thing that's going to fit. Unfortunately, we're going to need to modify the frame, but it's no spring chick. It's already had modifications done to it, so we don't really mind. The upside is that Ike's cousin sold this to us, thank you David, for $300, which in today's world I think is an awesome deal. So we're going to take a good look at this thing and get started. We need to see if our Briggs engine is even going to run, and then we can hopefully have a runner by the end of today's episode. And thank you to Decked for sponsoring today's video.
So this Rokon has been sitting in the woods for many, many years. The little, I don't know what I'd call it. I'm going to drivetrain. The magic box right here, it appears to be stuck. So I'm going to be working on getting that unstuck. Charles, you want to work on trying to get that Briggs running?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to two-team this. First thing I'm going to do is lube everything up real good. Oh, I got wiggle on this gear, but that one's not moving, so. Aha! Cool! I can hear the bearings, though.
Oh, look at that, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got some rollage up there.
You basically have a 90-degree box in there with a sprocket on it. Universal joint, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going to basically another 90-degree. Or a splitter of sorts. Very cool. For the 60s, this thing is so advanced.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The oil's not looking good. I think this one's been outside for a little bit. Oh, that. Goodness. Torque to spec, huh? That, you know, they had it that tight because of all the power. It was just gonna pop it right out.
It was gonna blow them out.
Yeah. I have a real soft spot for flathead Briggs. This one's from a subscriber of ours. He gave it to us at Mini Mayhem. I can't remember your name, I'm really sorry, but you had an LS swap square body, and I really like that thing, so you know who you are.
Did I miss out on the LS swap?
Yeah, you did.
It was the only square body there, though, right?
No, there's two.
There was two?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
C10 and a K10. I know,
Which
man.
one was it? Was it the
It
C10 or
was
the
the
K10?
C10 long bed. It was nice.
I missed that one.
You gotta have your eyes open, man.
So the brakes are locked up. I'm working on freeing up the brakes because I think brakes are pretty important here. It appears that we are good now. We got some movement.
Let's see if we got spark. Might have to throw a coil on this thing or something. Okay. Yep, I see it. That's good. Wow.
Hot sauce. Go ahead.
Oh. Oh gosh, that started a little. Man, no knock, no smoke. Hey,
Did you check the oil?
yeah, I did. It needs an oil change. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You all have probably noticed that we've been getting in some serious mileage lately, whether it be at Mini Mayhem or at the Go Power Sports 180 down in Texas. And as is customary for Cars and Cameras, We've had some breakdowns along the way, so we have to have our tools ready to go. Today's video is sponsored by Decked, and they make these awesome storage systems for when you need to pack extra on your ride. In fact, I can't recommend Decked enough for you truck owners out there, especially in the winter months, because their systems are so convenient to pack full and they are meant to last in the weather, even when the frost sets in. That's because the Decked drawer system is made weatherproof, which means your stuff stays safe in the rain, ice, and snow. It also makes organizing and accessing all of your things 10 times easier, like having a shoe rack by your front door. The Decked drawer system is super secure as well. If your tailgate is locked, it can't be removed and you can't even open the drawers. Plus, the drawers have their own locks for extra security. That's important because each of Decked's 2 full bed length drawers can hold up to 200 pounds of whatever you want. That's like a refrigerator in weight.
We're here testing the 200-pound weight capacity limit. And what better way?
And I just want to say I absolutely love how smooth the rollers are. This thing screams quality.
Can't even tell you're in there, look.
The drawers are easy to access and roll right out around waist height, giving you a bird's eye view of your tools and all your goodies. Lastly, everything at Decked is made in the USA and it's backed by a lifetime no-hassle warranty. They also have an awesome customer service team ready to answer your questions if needed. So protect your stuff like I do. Get your Decked drawer system at deck.com/carsandcameras and get free shipping. All right, thank you again to Decked. Now let's get back to the build.
Hey Charles, what'd you come up with, man?
Well, got an engine plate from Go Power Sports and a 5-horsepower Briggs.
From Briggs and Stratton. We cut the frame out, which
Was
didn't
already
take
cut.
a whole lot of cutting because it was already cut.
Yes.
In fact, the one frame rail was loose on that side, and I could just wiggle it and break it free. So that is what we're thinking right there.
Something around there.
That is awesome. And so we're gonna put a engine plate from here and tilted down here, basically like that right there. And then we're gonna take these tubes and we're gonna go straight down to the end of that engine plate.
And then reinforce this as well eventually.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, we'll kind of reinforce right there. And then we're gonna have a 5-horsepower Rokon,
Two-wheel, yeah. Well,
2-wheel drive.
Rokon is implied that it's 2-wheel drive, I guess.
Yes. So we will have to come up with something interesting for a belt for this, because this driven pulley is a V-belt style, whereas the drive pulley that we're putting on the 5-horsepower Briggs
Is
slanted
and flat.
Yeah. So
Traditional.
I'm pretty sure that we can get a new driven or drive that's a V-belt style. And yeah, it'll just match up. But for testing purposes, that's going to work just fine. So let's get this engine plate. Let's get the relief cut on that.
Okay.
So we can,
I just want to make sure I do it in the right spot.
yeah, absolutely. Weld up to the bottom of this. And then the engine. So let's do it.
You ready to go make the relief cut?
Let's do it.
All right. All right.
Good to me.
Yeah.
Can probably go.
Well, we just gotta make sure we got it straight like this,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because I wasn't really sure on the placement.
Right.
You seem like you
Let's
had an
figure
eye
out.
on it.
Let's figure it out. Yeah. I think we're good there. All right. Now we're going to have to center up the engine, and I'll mark it, and then we'll just tack weld everything up and set the engine in there and see what we think.
All right, so you got the engine bolted to the plate.
pretty
That way
much.
we can make sure it's mocked up and straight.
Right.
All right, cool. Set her up.
Yeah. All right. Come my way a little bit.
It's gonna be kind of hard. I'm basically balancing it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, is it holding itself?
Did you clamp it?
I clamped it. So I got to say, I'm really happy at how this is turning out so far. Look at this thing. What do you think, Charles?
I'm excited. I'm ready to ride it.
Yeah, me too. But so what we're gonna do now, which is gonna take some time, we have to build a. We got to cut the frame here, and we got to do a down tube straight down to that plate, and then we're gonna build a bottom frame joining up to the existing frame to the bottom of the plate, and this is going to give us room or something to build off of for our pegs and hold the engine plate solid in place. And wow, this is looking great. It looks like it belongs.
You had me at flathead.
Yeah, I know. So we're gonna get to building this frame, guys. All right, so we got this all welded up, threw a little bit of paint on it just to be
Special
like that. So let's mount this engine in place so we can get everything mocked up. We still have to work on our intake and exhaust, but the engine's gonna have to be in place to do that. Are you ready, Charles?
Absolutely.
All right,
I think so.
I think so.
Ready to watch you scratch that paint.
Oh, I'm gonna scratch it, and I don't care.
Well, you painted it. That's why I'm letting you put the engine in. And then the back ones we gotta space out a little bit.
Just a little bit, because
the bolts aren't gonna be long enough for the spacers though. There it is. There's 4 washers. Now the bolts are not long enough.
It looks really cool from this angle, but our camera lens doesn't zoom out enough. So.
I know, right? It looks like it belongs.
It actually does.
It really does.
Nice
So,
curvature.
We have the exhaust and intake we need to work on first. And I mean, what are we talking about? Putting chains on it, gas tank, and going for a ride.
Yeah, man.
Throttle cable.
And come up with an off-road challenge.
So I went to the store last night and I picked up a muffler and some pipe for the exhaust. And Charles here is working on the intake. How's it going, buddy?
Well, it's going good. I got both flanges, motor side and carburetor side, worked out. And let's see, I've got 2 pieces of pipe, and I'm gonna try and get us our angle just right away from the seat, so our legs, because it's gonna be tough. We're gonna be fighting fitment here, but yeah. So sounds good. Once I get these tacked together, we can see if we bolt the carburetor up and see if our legs fit by it.
Right.
Before I final weld on all this.
I like what you got going on right now. You know, it might be a little bit of a leg burner, but I kind of like it.
I mean, maybe we can wrap it in some heat wrap or something.
Well, I'm just thinking the exhaust.
It might be out of the way.
Yeah, we don't know our leg position yet. I think we're gonna have some pegs around.
That's right.
Here, which would put us in front of this exhaust, so it might be good.
I'm hopeful, because that's gonna be a very quick and easy exhaust for us.
Or what I like to call quick and dirty.
Oh crap. You know, this is why I don't like wearing gloves. Everybody says I need to wear them.
You do need to wear them.
But then I weld crooked.
You lose your dexterity.
Yeah, I start moving things.
You'll be fine.
Alright, cover.
Yep.
Cover.
Yep. Looks pretty good from here.
I mean, it's awkward, but yeah, it's fine.
Let's check it out. So Charles has got this intake worked out. Looking good. And he's about to install a 22mm Mikuni.
Oh yeah.
And remember guys, you can also own a Mikuni from GoPowersports.com. Thank you, GoPowersports.
Yeah, and tell them we sent you.
Absolutely.
It helps us out. Oh, I missed it. Look at that.
So you get that carburetor on.
Yes.
And I'm going to keep on going with the chains on the bike.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you definitely have to hold your tongue just right.
Oh yeah, it's a tight fit. Whoever manufactured that needs to be slapped.
I don't know who would have made this intake like that.
I don't know.
Hard to work on.
So I'm installing the final chain on this bike. It has 3 chains total. One going to the rear wheel, one going to the driven torque converter, and then the one on this front wheel. All right. Thank you, sir.
You always got to be careful of these springs. I need to move this just a little bit.
That only fits in one way correctly.
Yep, and you can feel it. There it goes. It caught its little groove. Careful with the threads on this top cap.
And always check to see if it's got a
WOT.
I wouldn't say WOT at idle.
Yeah, it seems like it's got idle.
You think it's got idle?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Feels like it sounds like it bottoms out.
Okay.
Then we got this nice Go Power Sports air filter. Pop that on there. Get it nice and tight.
And when you put those filters on, make sure you don't over tighten.
Yeah, you just want to see it start to squeeze the rubber, and that's plenty tight. If you're starting to cut into it, that's too tight.
Right. All right, dude.
Yeah.
So the only thing we got left is hooking up a auxiliary fuel tank, put some gas in it, and crank it up and go for a spin.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Sounds
I'm
good to
ready.
me.
I'm ready.
Let's see what happens.
No leaking. That's good.
And fortunately, this thing has a neutral, so we can crank it up in neutral.
The boys just finished up the Briggs swapped Rokon, and it looks awesome. It looks like it's ready for anything. This thing looks straight up unstoppable.
Crank this bad boy up.
All right, first test drive.
What's really cool is it has a neutral.
It's got a neutral?
Yeah, so you don't have to put it up against the building. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hey, you know how to pull start my heart. Flathead.
What a tang. Oh. He's getting on it.
I think so.
Really? Uh-oh. The kickstand is flopping.
Uh-oh. Excuse me, I was backwards. Up is low gear, down is high gear. Oh, you're in low gear. All right, let's face it. A regular mini bike would probably go over that hill just fine, but it would spin the back tire once it got over it. That didn't spin at all. So I think we accomplished something with that.
Let's go to the river crossing.
All right.
The creek bed is dry. Give me a rocky challenge.
All right.
donkey. You're a natural. You're a natural. Oh no.
Not a natural.
You want me to go get you some boots? Call for the trap. Yes. Thank you. That's gonna be deep. That's gonna be deep. Well, that's gonna be really deep.
How am I going to turn around?
No, you're not gonna. You just keep going. It'll be fine, dude.
It goes all the way to the racetrack. I do this pretty deep.
No.
Stay in the middle.
Stay in the middle. It's not that hard.
I mean, the ruts are on the side.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little disappointed by how effortless he made that look. I was hoping he'd at least dunk a foot in there.
That was awesome.
I know, I got it on camera.
And the front wheel is spinning.
Oh, really?
Let it idle before you shift gears. Oh, it snapped. I think it snapped the yeah, head off. Put it off.
It broke something?
Yeah, I think it was that high speed shift when you went to go shift it. The little key.
Yeah.
Is almost paper thin.
Oh.
So
Crap.
my suspicions are that the Woodruff key, yes, it appears to have snapped off the top of the Woodruff key because it was like level with the pipe. So we're gonna need to get another Woodruff key and reinstall, and might take this opportunity to go ahead and do a gear change to help out with the top speed and less torque going through this.
I just hope the gearbox is okay.
Oh, I'm sure that it
That's
broke.
why it's there. Yeah.
That's why this is there. So the box should be fine. Replace this, will be blazing trails once again.
So we finally got our hands on a Rokon. This thing has a ton of potential when it comes to crawling and off-road capability, but it needs a lot more work. We need a new exhaust because the one that we installed has, well, it really cooks the inside of your left leg. We need better foot pegs. We need to change up the gearing as well as replace that key and get a proper belt. So it's going to be coming back very soon, as well as a torture test, because what we had out here was just not nearly enough to even phase the Rokon. So thank you all for watching. Help support the channel by picking up some merchandise at cars-cameras.com. Charles's mini bike ornaments are all sold out because he's got the baby coming. He decided to cut them off at 100. So thank you to everyone who placed an order for those. He's finishing those up today, tomorrow, Wednesday. But anyway, if you want to help support us with other stuff, we have other merchandise on our website. It's all good quality stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
I don't mind it.
It's not that bad.
It's really not. I thought it would be claustrophobic. I'm not at all. At least not in here.
Well, good.
It's probably because of Deck's high quality construction.
Oh,
And you
absolutely.
you have a way out.
Charles, are
I
you
do
gonna
have
give it
a
a
way
shot?
out.
Oh no.
My boots are gonna be.
Yeah,
too big.
you didn't see the hallway. You go down the stairs, take a left, and there's an exit over there.
And upstairs there's a pool.